This is shocking and embarrassing for Real Madrid, for Florentino Perez, for the players, for everything. This sacking proves that Madrid don't want change. They don't. Coming off last season, Madrid were horrible. They looked horrible under Carlos Ancelotti. They sack him and they appoint Xabi Alonso, for me, who's always been a fan favorite of mine, to coach Real Madrid when he was in the academy, before he even joined Leverkusen. And then after his amazing stint over there, Madrid appoint him. One thing with Real Madrid is they're not a team that's going to control the pitch. They're not a team that's going to hold the ball. They're not a team that's going to, be more technical like Barcelona. No, they're a team that rely on counterattacks. They're a team that rely on attacking players in certain situations and last minute goals and, pressing high in the last, minutes of the game. That's what Real Madrid are known for. Madrid are known for the goals. Madrid are known for the epic comebacks. They're not known to control a game. They're not known to control a match. So you bring in Xabi Alonso to fix that problem. He did it with Leverkusen. You can't say it was a bad league. He was a new manager. I don't think if you point any manager in the world, they could have replicate what Xabi Alonso did for Leverkusen. They bring him in. Madrid finally, we need change. We need change, right? Because that's what Real Madrid need. You need something new. You need more structure. The first thing Xabi Alonso says, more, watching plays, watching games, more of that. On trainings, being more technical, being there, the presence. The players didn't want to listen. These entitled, spoiled players didn't want to listen to Xabi Alonso. It's mind-blowing to me. This is 100% a situation where the player was managing the coach. Coming in here, I thought they would respect the coach. I thought they were just so used to, I guess, Carlos Ancelotti and his tactics and how he played football. So when there's a manager that was trying to come in, trying to implement what he did, what he, has achieved, they don't want to listen because it was probably just too much work for them and they're just not used to it. Because these guys are spoiled, they're entitled. Jude Bellingham, Kylian Mbappe, Vinicius Jr. List can go on. Valverde is more worried about Rodrygo, and Federer are more worried about playing in the right position than being there for the team. There's no structure in this team, and it's embarrassing. It's terrible. You have Vinicius Jr. crying like a baby after winning El Classico a few months ago. That day is when everything started. This whole thing started on that day. It's embarrassing, man. I really wanted this to work. I really, really did. But you have players that don't want to put in the effort. You think they're gonna listen to Alvaro Arbeloa? No, they're not. He's gonna get sacked and who knows time. I think the only thing Arbeloa is gonna implement is using academy players, which I'm really happy about. But besides that, I don't think he's gonna take Madrid to the next level. People say he's a Jose Mourinho coaching type. Okay. They still didn't want to listen to Xabi Alonso, who's, done it in Liverpool, done it in Real Madrid, became manager and did it in Leverkusen. Why are they going to listen to an Arbeloa? Xabi lost the dressing room pretty quick into it. Club World Cup, they looked great. For me, that was probably their best performance as a whole was during the Club World Cup. Real Madrid, they looked great. I think it was 11 games, 7 games. I forgot. But they had like one draw and who knows how many, 10 wins or something like that. They were on top of La Liga, doing good doing all right in Champions League. And then this El Clasico, we check fixtures here. This is where it all started. Was that El Clasico. Club World Cup, you lose 4-0. You don't want to get thrashed 4-0 against PSG. But, it's PSG. They're the world champions, or they're the champions of Europe, won the Champions League. You go in here, 4-0, 1-0, 3-0, 2-1, 2-1, 2-1. For me, they weren't best performance. For me, they 100% looked different from the Club World Cup. 2-0, 1-4, and 4-1, and then they lose 5-2, which is huge. And this is where the sacking rumors start to happen. Yes, 5-2 is a huge defeat. But then you come 5-0, 3-1, 1-0. For me, this Juve match just should have been won like 5-0. 2-1, 4-0. They're looking great since that Atletico defeat. Look at these. 1-0 to Liverpool, 0-0 to Rayo, 2-2 to Elche, 1-1 to Girona, 0-2 Celta, and 2-1 City. And this stint in November was really bad month for Real Madrid. And the sacking, but which I don't get is this all started pretty much right after this Barcelona game. Madrid, they didn't want to implement what Xabi wanted to do. They just worried about themselves. That's what the players are worried about. What is about themselves? They like I said, they're entitled. They're spoiled. They don't want to learn new things. They want to do what they're doing and think that this is gonna work. Look at last season. That didn't work. Look at this season so far. So I don't get Florentino Perez or the Madrid or the board of wanting change, wanting a new system, wanting a new rhythm of the team, just for it to go back to its original position. I don't want to see counter-attacking football ever in my life for Real Madrid. They did that against Barca. They were horrible. I mean, horrible. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's embarrassing. It's shocking. It's disappointing. It's sad for Real Madrid, especially to do it right after a Barcelona game. You know, Barca have that up. Oh, we sacked their manager. Oh, we beat them in the Super Cup. Oh, we're first place in La Liga. You're just giving Barca more things to fuel on. You're giving them more fuel so they can keep going. I don't understand the sacking. It's just terrible, man. And you know, Arbeloa's head coach. They have a game tomorrow. They should 100% win this match. It's against a second division, third division team in Spain. Yeah, I'm just not a huge fan. Yeah, I really thought he was going to change Real Madrid, but if the players don't want to listen, then he should get out and join a Liverpool where players might actually listen to him because I think he would excel in Liverpool. For the coach situation, I knew something was going to happen. I didn't want it to. I've always backed Xabi. But knowing Real Madrid is just, you know, good isn't enough. You can't be good as a Real Madrid manager. You got to be the greatest. You got to be the best. And it's just a terrible position because he wasn't even having a bad season. You think anyone cares about the Super Cup? No. No player is going to be like, oh, I won 2 Super Cups, 3 Super Cups. No one cares. So then it's just shocking. Like, it's not like he was underperforming to an extent. You know, you were winning games still. He just didn't have the dressing room. And maybe it's best for him to leave. If he doesn't have the dressing room, why be there when they don't want to put in the effort? They don't want to put in, you know, their time and effort to play well as a team. Only a few. It's just, I don't know. It annoys me a lot. It's just this Madrid team, man. I hope Arbeloa, because with Xabi, man, he implemented. Start to see, I loved what he was doing. Absolutely loved when a player was playing bad, he benched them just like that. A Rodrygo or whoever was playing bad, he benches them, puts in a new player. Vini was doing bad, he benched him. He would switch up the starting lineups every week. I mean, every week there'll be a new starting lineup, and people would complain about that. People would whine and cry about the starting lineups and that, you know, Madrid don't have a proper lineup. No, it's good to have, you know, players coming in and out. You know, if you have depth in the team, you have star players who won Champions League, who's done it all. What's so bad about switching them in and out? There's nothing wrong about that. And then yet you have people like Vinicius Jr. crying, saying he's gonna leave the club because he got subbed out for playing mediocre. Yeah, I don't understand that. I really don't understand that, and I hope Arbeloa, you know, benches people and stuff like that, but it's not gonna happen. I think it's a cycle, and you know, it's not. I'm not enjoying Real Madrid watching them. It's just embarrassing and sad to have spoiled people like that in the club. I don't know. I think it was the dumbest decision Real Madrid can do. It's sad and embarrassing, terrible from Real Madrid.